The Calgary Stampeders are 2.5-point underdogs to the Saskatchewan Roughriders for the late Friday night game, and something's gotta give as the Stampeders are winless in 5, while the Riders are winless in 7. This rivalry isn't as hot as it once was, though it should pick up as the teams are now separated by only 2 points in the West Division standings. Zach Williams is back along the offensive line for the Stampeders, while Saskatchewan will start newcomer Ryquell Armstead at running back following his release from the Ottawa Red Blacks. JC, which team will end its winless skid?
I think it's going to be Saskatchewan here, and I'm just banking on the team that I like the talent level more. The Calgary Stampeders, kudos to them for notching a tie against the Montreal Alouettes last week, but I still don't trust that roster from top to bottom. I think they've got too many problems going on right now, and the Riders are coming off a bye. Hopefully, Corey Mace and his staff has got that team tuned in. Yes, they'll be missing Roland Milligan at boundary halfback. That's a huge loss for this game, as well as Malik Carney at defensive end. Those are two big gaping holes along that defense. I think Ryquell Armstead will give them a little bit more, at least in this game, in the running game. And I don't see any area where the Stampeders are head and shoulders above the Riders right now. If there was a wider spread, I wouldn't take it, but at 2.5 points, I got the Riders to win and to cover.
I've got the Riders to win this, and frankly, I don't think this game's going to be close. Trevor Harris, I think, has been arguably the CFL's best quarterback over the past month. He's got 8 touchdowns, 4 picks. Not amazing numbers, but there aren't really any CFL quarterbacks putting up amazing numbers this year. Yeah, he stared down the coverage at the tail end of the Banjo Bowl, threw a back-breaking interception, but he has not been this team's problem at all. The Riders have a very talented receiving core. I think Ryquell Armstead, who is a bit of a berserker after the play, I think he's got his head in the right spot, at least right now, trying to prove the Ottawa Red Blacks wrong for moving on from him. I think he's going to be running very tough behind a young Riders offensive line. And I am a little concerned about the Riders secondary without Roland Milligan Jr. Amari Henderson, to me, is not a halfback. Halfbacks you generally want someone who is a little bit lower to the ground, someone who's got a little bit more quickness. Amari Henderson, to me, is a lanky, straight line speed corner. Milligan is a huge loss for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. However, I simply don't think that the Calgary Stampeders right now can take advantage. Yes, they have Zach Williams back, who I think is a very underrated guard in this league, but the Stampeders have fallen and can't get up. Last week, they got 2 very early fumble recoveries in Montreal Alouettes territory. They also got what I thought was a bit of a gift from the officials, overturning what would have been an Alouettes touchdown off a block punt. All of those breaks, they still couldn't get it done. Jake Mayer is still just checking this ball down time and time again. Otherwise, he's putting it in harm's way. Despite the loss of Roland Milligan, I think the Saskatchewan Roughriders will win this game. I don't think it's going to be particularly close in what will be their first post-Labor Day win since 2021.